This week on Losman's Lair, we take a look at a popular movie in a genre that has really been taking off pretty soon, home invasions. So, tonight I'm going to give you a 2011 classic, You're Next. Home invasion movies have become quite popular in recent years, and it is no surprise that audiences are flocking to theaters to see films like The Strangers, The Purge, and Funny Games. Now, all of these films have something in common: the fear that someone could break into your home and cause harm to you. Now, that is a fear that many of us could potentially face, and it is that fear that helped inspire director Adam Wingard to direct the 2011 movie You're Next. Now, Adam Wingard is a young director, and he has done some films in recent years. They include VHS, The Guest, and the remake of The Blair Witch Project. Now, in the movie You're Next, the events start off with an older gentleman entertaining a young lady. And of course, he puts some music on. They're about to engage in some extracurricular activities, a little bit of Netflix and chill or Netflix and thrill. Well, let's just say some bad things occur, and you see the title of the movie scrawled on the wall: You're Next. Now, the movie then proceeds on to show the Davison family. They arrive at their vacation home, anticipating the arrival of their 4 children and their guests. Now, the Davisons are celebrating a wedding anniversary. They've been together for quite some time, so it's a happy affair. Now, as the dinner proceeds on, everything seems to be going well until something bad happens. One of the guests gets hit by an arrow from a crossbow. That's when the movie changes gear. It goes from a family drama to a whoa kind of situation. Now, of course, some of the family members, panic. They don't know what's going on. And meanwhile, there's arrows flying through the windows. As home invasion movies go, this film basically has some directions that it goes into that you won't expect. And the emergence of the hero, who is played by Sharni Vinson, Aaron. Now, I'll go into a little bit of spoiler warning here. Aaron is a badass. I mean, the one thing you notice about her is when she takes charge, she takes charge. I mean, she immediately gets everyone to get into kind of defensive positions. Get out of the way of the windows. Get behind the chairs. She then starts, making sure the doors are locked, and she starts pulling out various items that can be used as weapons. And you learn a little bit more about her. She is quite a colorful background. So even her boyfriend's kind of surprised at where the hell is she learning these skills. Now, that's what makes Your Next stand out from other home invasion movies, is that this turns into a kind of a Home Alone meets Last House on the Left. I mean, you've got this, series of events that occur, and you have a take-charge individual who takes on the home intruders. Now, as the story progresses, you will learn more about the motivations of the villains and what's going on, and I won't reveal too much, though, because, even though I put up some spoiler warnings here, I don't want to reveal the other major plot points of the story, because I'd rather that you go out and watch the movie and enjoy it for yourself. Now, what's unique about this movie is it has a pretty good cast. You have Sharni Vinson, as I mentioned, who plays Aaron. You have A.J. Bowen, who plays Crispin, her boyfriend. Joe Swanberg plays Drake, the older brother. You have Ty West, who plays Tariq, who is Amy's boyfriend. Larry Fessenden plays the neighbor, Mr. Harson, who is seen in the beginning. And most importantly, you have a screen queen, Barbara Crampton, who plays Aubrey, the mother. Now, what's unique about this movie is many of the cast members are actual film directors. You have Joe Swanberg and Ty West, who are directors of a number of films. They've actually have segments in the VHS series of movies and ABC's A Death. And Larry Fessenden is a notable independent director and producer who has directed some pretty impressive movies. So it's pretty unique seeing actors who are actually directors in this film. Now, the reason why this is the case is because many of these actors work together and have put together an interesting collection of films that go into a category called mumblegore. Mumblegore is basically a genre of horror movies that tends to use a lot of dialogue in the storytelling. So you get a lot of character development and interactions, whereas on standard horror movies, you just got, generic characters. Now, the other actress that I had mentioned earlier, Barbara Crampton, she was a pretty popular 80s screen queen. Not a scream queen, a screen queen, who was famous for movies such as From Beyond and Reanimator. Now, she took a bit of a hiatus to work in the soap industry, and when she returned into the horror scene in 2011, she made quite an impact. In the past 8 years, she has appeared in over a dozen or 2 dozen movies, basically horror movie related, thanks to her work in You're Next. And I myself met her last month at a Texas Frightmare weekend. She is a wonderful actress and a very beautiful lady. If you ever get a chance to meet her, she's wonderful. Or better yet, check out her movies. I mean, she's got some great movies that she's made in recent years. Now, the movie You're Next is a really great movie to check out. It is a home invasion movie with a twist, and thanks to the portrayal of Sharni Vinson as Erin, it definitely stands out as a home invasion movie you won't forget. And it is without a doubt one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years. It's definitely one of my favorite home invasion movies, and it's definitely one that I highly recommend. So with that, I will go ahead and close this segment off, and I will remind people, if you want, you can go and check out my website at losman.com. You can check out my Twitter at losman94, and the Instagram, losman94. Now, if you want, you can also, if you go to my webpage, you can also take a look at my old website, and you can check out my Letterboxd page, and of course, my YouTube channel. If you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe to it, and I will put out videos weekly. I will have basically a video review every week that's edited by my brother, Rob, and we're going to make them look a little more professional. And then I've got my weekly roundup, which is a little more impromptu. Once again, that was the Lowdown with the Losman.